Are you trying to gift big but spend small? Well, today we're going to give you 10 stocking stuffer ideas, all under $10, that are useful, packable, and perfect for any traveler in your life. These will not get stuck in the junk drawer.
Welcome to Suitcase Packed Will Travel, where smart, satisfying travel is what we do best. I'm Mike.
And I'm Kathy. If you love smart travel and real value for your travel dollar, you're in the right place. Today we're sharing 10 stocking stuffers or small gifts for another occasion. These gifts are all practical, budget-friendly, and perfect for the traveler in your life. And before I get started showing you all of these, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to have the Amazon links for these in the description below, or at least for as many as I could find. A couple of these are from the dollar store, so those are definitely budget-friendly, although you may be able to find some similar items in Amazon. If you use our Amazon links, we may make a small commission off of those. And anytime you use our links, we really appreciate it. It does help support our channel so that we can continue to bring you great content. Now, let's get started. So the first thing is the handheld scale. This is really easily packable. It's super light, and it's important, particularly if you're going on a budget airline. And not only do they have size, but they also have weight limitations. Then all you need to do is turn it on, hook it on to whatever it is you're weighing, and then make sure it's hanging freely, not sitting on anything. And then it'll pop up with your weight. Also good for checked luggage because most of that can't be over 50 pounds. The next thing is for everybody, but I particularly like this for cruisers. This is a plastic zip close luggage tag, and it does have a metal, I don't know if you can see that. You just twist it, and then you can put it on any of your luggage. I love these particularly for cruisers because on most cruises you have to print your luggage tags, and then you have to attach them to your luggage. You drop off your luggage at the port, and then it shows up in your room. And sometimes the weather's not great, it's really windy or rainy, and you want to make sure that the luggage handlers can read your luggage tag really well and it doesn't accidentally come off your bag. So this is a great way to keep it dry and secure. The ones that I have in the description come in a set of 6. The next thing is a foldable shopping bag. So this one actually has a little hook on it so you can add it to your backpack or your day bag. So whether you're separating your wet clothes when you're done at the beach, or you're using it for putting in your souvenirs or your groceries as you're traveling around, this is a nice thing to have. And because it's foldable and it clips to your bag, you have some extra storage, but you're not carrying around a big bag. So if you don't need it, just keep it clipped onto your purse or your day bag. The next thing on the list is a first aid kit. Now this is from Johnson & Johnson. This comes in a 3-pack on Amazon for under $8. And this has the very basics in it. It's got hand cleansing wipes, gauze pads, bandages, and of course the case. This is a great starter and perfect to just stick in the stocking. If you want to go one step further, I got this idea from Sarah Murdoch at Adventures with Sarah, and she calls this her box of awesome. So we did a trip to Paris and we made our own separate labels for each of ours because they were each customized to us in particular. And I'll do a full video on what we put in our boxes of awesome, things like blister band-aids and Claritin and some other stuff to make us more comfortable on a trip. It's particularly good to have these when you're traveling either on plane or train and you're not feeling well, and you can't get to a pharmacy. There's always kind of an emergency bit of stuff in here. So thank you, Sarah Murdoch from Adventures with Sarah. We've been traveling with this for years, and I have you to thank for that. So you can give it either like this, or you can go and do a little bit extra and put together a box of awesome for them. The next thing are compressed washcloths. I got these at the $1.25 store, and they're all themed for kids, Marvel, My Little Pony, etc. And one of these stays in all of our backpacks while we're traveling. We don't have to use them very often, But they come in super handy if you're on a plane or you're stuck in an airport and you need to just kind of clean up a little bit because you feel grungy. You can pull one of these out. You can use it if you made a mess. The other thing you can do is you can wet them down and use them to cool off. So use them as like a cooling towel. And we always have extra Ziplocs in our backpack as well. So you can always just shove it in a Ziploc after that so you're not walking around with a wet towel. And again, we don't use these very often, but when we get in a pinch, that's when these come in handy, and they are super light and super small. If you're not into theme towels though, I did find a bunch on Amazon that are regular plain towels that don't have any theming on them, and I've got those in the description below. And just like the shopping bags, the compressed towels that I found on Amazon come in a multi-pack. You can make multiple packages with just one purchase under $10. So it's super cost efficient. The next thing is something to keep you busy if your flight's delayed or it's a rainy day and you're stuck in your hotel or you're on the train. So we always bring card games. Our favorites are Phase 10 and Uno. They're great for the whole family. We all love. We also bring dice if we're going to play a dice game. Anything that's fairly small and compact and easy to travel with. They do make these in a like a metal travel case, but we just use our well-worn cardboard boxes. But they do travel with us everywhere. The other thing I always recommend is hand sanitizer, and I usually will also give them something to carry it in. You can obviously put it in your purse. I like the holders so that I can clip it onto my backpack or my purse. This is from Bath & Body Works, both the hand sanitizer and the little holder. Maleficent's my favorite. It comes with a little clip. And just a little trick, what I like to do with mine is when we're traveling, I like to lock up my purse. I'll flip it through the hole in the zipper, and then I'll wrap it around or through my strap. It's just one more thing that makes it a little harder for somebody to pickpocket. I'm sure if they try hard enough, they're going to get it off. This isn't Fort Knox, but it is going to give a little extra security. You can also do it with zippers on your backpack. I just put it in like this. Now it's getting carried on me, so it's easy access when I need that hand sanitizer, and it just makes it so that without a little bit of extra effort, they're not going to get into my backpack. And don't forget about any of the personal care items that they might like. I always recommend packing some hand cream. This is my favorite. It's the warm vanilla sugar from Bath & Body Works, but you can get hand cream from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Crabtree and Evelyn, whatever your favorite personal item store is. And at Dollar Tree, obviously, that's super affordable. And if you can find something lavender scented, that's particularly good for people who have a hard time sleeping on the plane. Sometimes that scent of lavender is really relaxing. The other thing to consider, especially if they're going on a cruise or they get nauseous really easily, like they're going to a theme park or something, you can always get the motion sickness bands, and those really help some people. We are not prone to motion sickness in our family, but we carry them with us, especially if we're on a cruise, just because you never know when that's going to change. Another thing you can do is pick up a small makeup bag or travel bag. I actually repurposed this from a 31 set that I had and customize it to them. Maybe you can get them on Etsy and on Amazon with initials, and then you can create an essentials bag for them. It's not very sexy and it's not very exciting, but I promise you they are going to be really grateful that you pack some basics for them, and they can just shove this in their bag. I actually keep this in my purse every day. So a few of the things that I would suggest putting in there when you're traveling is blister band-aids. For most people, you do a lot more walking on your vacation than you do at home. Wet ones. I always carry a little bit of Tums in mine. Tide wipes or Tide stick. Lens wipes. And I found these, they're called Stallmates. And that they're basically for when you need to use the restroom and toilet paper's out. And you can put anything else that you think they'd like in there. Maybe some candy or gum. There's plenty of options, and you can customize that to whoever you're giving the gift to. And then if you've got a little bit of extra money, this is closer to $20 than it is $10, but I thought I would throw this in as well. We just had to buy a new one. It's the Fisher Space Pens. These are great for your travelers. I always recommend everybody travel with a couple of pens in their backpack, and whether it's a Fisher pen or a Bic, always bring a couple of those. But these are kind of cool. They'll write at any angle, so you can write upside down. You can write in water. So I guess if you've got a diver, that would be great. For us, we just use it as a regular pen, but we like it because it never seems to have an issue writing when we need it. We hope you got some great ideas out of this video. And if you've got some other inexpensive stocking stuffer or small gift ideas, we'd love it if you put it in the comments below. I don't know about you, but we're trying to keep our budget reasonable. And if we can find some inexpensive ways to make people really happy in our gift giving, that's what we're going to do. With that, this is Kathy from Suitcase Packed Will Travel. We'll see you in the next one.